Coca Cola. Coca Cola evolved from a cocaine infused solution in 1886 to a widely available sugary drink by 1929. According to the Coca Cola Company, in more than 200 countries now consume 1.9 billion servings of Coca Cola every day. What are the possible reasons for this success? How did this company maintain its dominance in the beverage industry? According to Coca Cola VP of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, David Butler, Coca Cola used 7 key design and marketing strategies that made it as recognizable in the streets of Shanghai as it was in its hometown of Atlanta by the 1920s. Before we dig deeper about these 7 key designs and marketing strategies, make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment with your thoughts after watching this video if you ever found this content interesting. We invite you to stay until the end of this video as you might possibly win our opulent viewer contest by simply typing the keyword that will be mentioned at the end of this video. Now, let's get started. Number 1. It all started with a one-of-a-kind market-tested formula. After serving as a Confederate colonel in the Civil War, John Pemberton wanted to create his own version of the popular Coca wines, basically cola with alcohol and cocaine. Atlanta passed prohibition laws in 1886, requiring beverage manufacturers to produce non-alcoholic versions of their products. Pemberton's nephew, Lewis Newman, took samples of his formulas to a local pharmacy where people gathered to drink these early sodas. Newman relayed feedback about the various concoctions to his uncle, and by the end of the year, Pemberton had a recipe that was unique and tailored to the taste of customers. The original recipe is still kept safe in an Atlanta vault. Cocaine was taken out of Coke in 1903. Other minor changes have been made over the last century or so, but the recipe has largely remained unchanged since the New Coke disaster of 1985. Butler writes that this decision helped the company scale because it avoided spending time trying to tailor the taste to regional markets around the world. Number 2. Its logo features a classic font. Frank Mason Robinson, Pemberton's bookkeeper, decided that Coca-Cola's logo should be written in the Spencerian script, which accountants used to distinguish it from competitors. In 1923, the company standardized the logo and decided that, like the recipe, while packaging could change with the times, the core logo would remain unchanged. It has resulted in a logo that has been imprinted in the minds of people all over the world for more than a century. Number 3. It was packaged in a special bottle. Asa Griggs Candler, a Georgia businessman, became the majority shareholder of Coca-Cola in 1888. With a goal of making Coke the nation's most popular cola through marketing and partnerships with regional bottlers. Candler was losing market share to hundreds of competitors by 1915. He held a national competition to create a new bottle design that would communicate to consumers that Coke was a premium product that should not be confused with another brown cola in a clear glass bottle. The new bottle had to be a mass-produced using existing equipment while also being distinctive. The Root Glass Company in Indiana decided to enter the competition and base its design on the name of the product. Butler writes that while looking up to the word Coca and similar terms in the dictionary, mold shop supervisor Earl R. Dean came across an illustration of the cocoa plants that piqued his interest. Although Coca-Cola had nothing to do with cocoa, the cocoa pod had an unusual but appealing shape. He and his team got to work and were named contest winners the following year. Coca-Cola commissioned the bottle design as a defensive measure but soon began to promote the shape as much as the logo and product. Even after plastic replaced glass as the primary method of consuming Coca-Cola in countries such as the United States, the company continued to promote the image of the Coke bottle as an icon. Number 4. It held retailers accountable for upholding its high standards. In 1919, Ernest Woodruff's Trust Company of Georgia purchased Coca-Cola from Candler. Woodruff was committed to maintaining a high standard of excellence as the company grew. The Coke team decided that its drink should be served at 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and they would send salesmen to new retailers to inform them that the product should never be served at temperatures higher than 40 degrees. The 36-degree standard may seem silly today, but it was just another example of Coca-Cola establishing itself as a premium product worthy of more attention than any of its competitors. Number 5. It maintained a constant consumer price for 70 years. Today, it is common for tech startups to start by providing a free service and then charging a higher price to consumers and or advertisers once they have become hooked. Coca-Cola used a similar approach to scale across the United States and then throughout the world before utilizing networking effects became standard practice. A bottle of Coke cost 5 cents from 1886 to 1959. Number 6. It directed word-of-mouth advertising and helped to establish a voice. After Candler took over early in the company's life, it became clear that Coke was as much a drink as it was a consumable brand, an idea with which consumers could identify. Candler began a mass coupon initiative that resulted in the distribution of 10% of all products from 1887 to 1920 in order to raise brand awareness. He also gave retailers Coca-Cola swag, such as posters and festoons, for decoration, as well as calendars and clocks for customers. According to Butler, Coke was a pioneer in affixing a brand to items that had nothing to do with the product. Finally, all national and then global advertising used variations of "Drink Coca-Cola" or "Delicious and Refreshing" and followed a consistent design style. Number 7. It followed the franchise model. Amid the 1880s soda wars, Candler's most significant business decision had nothing to do with branding, Butler writes. Two Tennessee lawyers, Benjamin F. Thomas and Joseph B. Whitehead, approached Candler in 1899 and asked if they could bottle Coke. The drink was sold as a syrup that retailers mixed with soda water, but drinking cola on the go or bringing it into the home was uncommon. Candler decided to sell the bottling rights for $1, which he never received because he preferred to keep the syrup rights. This was the start of what the company internally referred to as the Coca-Cola system, a franchise partnership with bottlers that allowed the brand to truly take off. There are approximately 275 independent bottlers worldwide today. The Coca-Cola Company isn't one giant company. It is a system of small companies, Butler writes, and this pattern helps it scale new products, new communications, and new equipment. Designing for this pattern is critical. Having a popular product is far from the only requirement for becoming one of the world's most valuable corporations, and the Coca-Cola Company never fails to exceed the expectations of its customers. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also enter and join our opulent viewer contest. Simply type the word Coke in the comment section to join. More information will be added below this video, so keep an eye out. We will see you on our next one.